Hi, my name is Marcelo and I want to welcome you to our Amazon page and tell you a little bit about the product that you came here to look for, and specifically foods today. And I want to tell you a little bit why we're different, what makes us better than everybody else, and why you're making the right decision by shopping on our page today. We've been around since 2008. And we've done a lot of business with a lot of huge institutions all over the place for daily eating food, as well as long-term storage food. In our warehouses and in our stores, we do everything we can to make sure that whatever we do for you is what we would do for our families. So what we leave out of our foods is just as important as what we put in our foods. And our foods are very extremely clean. I'm going to show you a little tiny bit about what I'm talking about. You'll notice right here, we have a whole bunch of cans of different types of foods, and I'll take you around, show you what they are. But these foods, if you knew my team, they're really picky, and it's been amazing to work with them, because the culture is, let's test out all the foods from around the world and find out which ones are the best. So a lot of times we'll narrow them down to 3, 4, or 5 different types of apples or bananas or blueberries or whatever it is, and my team will go in there and actually find out which ones have more nutrients, which ones taste better, and then we pick the ones that are the best, because that's what we would want for our families. So you're getting non-GMO food, very clean food. I mean, it's just amazing the type of food that we bring in here. But also, one thing we do differently than other people is a lot of people go by weight. A lot of times the weights are wrong in our industry. The FDA doesn't care if we go over the weight, they just don't like us going under the weight. So what we do is our labels might be a little bit off just because we fill them up to the very top. So they actually might be higher than the actual ounces. And one thing you don't see in the industry, and I haven't even tested it, I'll just show you this. Okay, you can listen to this and you can see how full these are. Okay, right there, you hear that? You can hear how full these cans are. And we're talking about close to the very top, or the very top, where most of the cans in the industry are filling it up to about right there. And so we don't play that game. If you're doing this for long-term storage or just for daily eating, you're getting more food. And you're not filling up your basement with half-empty cans. And that's another good point, is you notice that we do everything in cans. Most of the industry doesn't want to do cans because it's a lot cheaper to get rolls of pouches or compact pouches than pay for expensive metal cans. But metal cans is the right way to protect your food. It's the only way I would protect my food. And so that's what we do here, and I'll show you with our cans. These are American made. They don't come from overseas, from Asia or anything else. These are actually American made, and these are the best cans that I know of in the industry. You'll notice that it has a gold coating on the outside and a gold coating on the inside. The reason we actually do a liner is this food grade liner is because it keeps your food from smelling and tasting like metal over time. And you'll notice it's on the outside. It helps it from rusting from the outside in as well, because it has a good coating on the outside as well. And so that's what we do. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll use pouches, and one of the reasons I don't like pouches, this is called a metallized pouch. You can see how thick it is, right? It has a metallic inside like that. You can see that. What happens is people call these Mylar pouches, but Mylar is a brand name, kind of like Kleenex. But this Mylar pouch right here, you'll notice if you just put a light in it, right there, it goes right through the pouch. And now, if light can get through, what else is going to get through over 25, 30 years with your food? So we do everything we can to just protect it as well as we can, and that's why we pick the best packaging in the industry as well as the best foods. And you'll notice one other thing here is that we put it in cases of 6. The reason we do a case of 6 is because when you're stacking a case of 2 or a case of 4, it tends to fall over easier. And if you're going to be stacking this for storage or for use later or anything like that, you want something that's going to be wide enough to be able to stack and not fall. So we do cases of 6 on all our foods. Let me show you just a little bit about our foods. These right here, these come from Washington State. Okay, not from overseas or anything like that. These right here, chili. I mean, these are amazing foods right here. The blueberries are again, all non-GMO, all this stuff. Cranberries, sweet mango, we got peaches, pineapple chunks. We have raspberries, strawberries. Now look at these beans. These beans are really interesting because a lot of people store up beans for emergencies or for daily use. But there's 2 big problems in the United States. First of all, most people don't know how to cook beans. They don't know how to use the pressure cooker and everything else. But the second problem is when you try to cook beans years later, say you're storing these for 10, 20, 30 years, every bean is going to be different. Some are going to dry quicker and some are going to dry slower. But what happens is beans keep drying inside the can or inside the pouch or anything else. They dry over time. So when you go to use it during an emergency, you can't. Okay, you'll soak them overnight. You put them in a pressure cooker, you waste all your fuel that you should be using to heat your home during an emergency, or even for quick cooking. It just takes forever and you burn your beans and everything else. Well, these right here are pre-cooked, so you're getting your proteins, you're getting your carbohydrates without having to spend all that energy and all that fuel and all that time. You literally can put cold water, these inside cold water, in about an hour later they're completely done. Or put it in hot water for 10 to 15 minutes and they got that brown gravy. It's just amazing. Let's keep going here. Parboiled rice, better than regular rice. It has more nutrients. Belgian pasta, which is the best pasta in the world. It's just the highest quality. And that's what we have here, is from Belgium. And then we have our non-fat milk. This is a dried instant milk. This right here, the reason we picked it is because in an emergency situation where you might not have heat, or you might not have fuel, or you might not have a blender, a lot of times if you've ever tasted milk with clumps in it, where you can't get the clumps out, you push it against the side of the cup and it just can't get out, or you try to mix it and it's still clumpy. If you've ever tried clumped dried milk, you will hate milk for weeks. You won't want to touch it. This right here dissolves without even having to mix it much at all. It doesn't get stuck to the sides. It's just an amazing milk. So that's why we have this. And all of these foods are the best tasting, best nutrients and everything else. We could get to our wheats. We have organic hard white wheat, organic hard red wheat. If you know anything about wheat, now you don't have to put these in cans. There's a reason why wheat can stay in silos for years and not go bad. It's because of the dryness level. So a lot of people will sell a 5-gallon bucket of wheat and it'll say 50 pounds and everyone's like, well, this one only says 36 or whatever, right? The beautiful part about it is the lower the weight, because we fill it up to the very top, the lower the weight, the better, because it's drier. And most farmers are not motivated to sell lower weight wheat because they get paid per pound, so they want it wetter. We were able to find very, very dry, extremely dry wheat, high protein. It's just an amazing wheat. Let's come around here and I'll show you a little bit more. We have here corn, zucchini, sweet potato. This right here has so much nutrients in it. You can actually live on sweet potatoes during an emergency. We have freeze-dried, dehydrated. Dehydrated is going to give you more food per can. This is going to make it easier just to eat it without anything else. Again, you put the sweet potato in water for an hour, it's good to go. Spinach, potato flakes, potato dices, green bell peppers, garden peas, lots of protein in garden peas. Red onions, whew, delicious. Regular onions, freeze-dried mushrooms, garlic. This right here is a natural antibiotic. For anybody who wants to have something on hand to be able to protect your family against sicknesses and everything over time. My kids eat this just right out of the can, by the way, when they're so sick. Even when they're not sick, they just love it. We've stopped buying garlic from the store because this tastes better than garlic from the store, than fresh garlic. It's freeze-dried, it's amazing, and you just put it away and use it anytime you need to. Daily eating, long-term eating. Sweet corn, celery. We have cauliflower, carrot dices. These are dehydrated, not freeze-dried. These dehydrated carrots are better than freeze-dried. Now, a lot of people say, well, freeze-dried is better than dehydrated, but that's not always true. So this right here, these are dehydrated and they taste amazing. They're the best carrots we found in the industry. We had to go through a lot of carrots to find these ones. Right here, broccoli, green beans, asparagus. This is baby asparagus, not full adult asparagus. Because what happens is when the asparagus gets bigger and bigger and more adult asparagus, it gets stringy. And it actually, I think, loses some of the nutrients. This right here is still small enough that it actually crunches really well, eats really well. You can hydrate it really well. It's just delicious. Anyway, we have a lot of foods. These are some of them I just wanted to show you today. And welcome to our page. It's great to have you here. I want you to know that a portion of your proceeds, we are a family-owned company, so we like to take care of families. A portion of your proceeds actually goes to help fight human trafficking. So every time you purchase from us, it's actually helping kids around the world. And so I want to encourage you to use our food, try our food, tell other people about our food, give us reviews. I mean, tell us how we're doing and everything else. We want to serve you and your family. And again, welcome to this page.